Welcome to the Alkalign Lifestyle School. I'm Fidelis Noga II. I'll be your guide today. And today we're going to talk about why women are too tired to have sex. Yeah, we're going there today. So, you've heard so many complaints, mainly coming out of women. Not saying that it's foreign to men, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that the majority of the complaints come on the woman's end and they say, I'm just too tired. I don't have the energy. Let me express to some extent, men, they're actually right. They don't have the energy. And they don't have the energy because of what they've done to themselves. Yes, it's still their fault, but they're not lying to you when they say they don't have the energy. So let me express how powerful this information I'm about to give to you guys right now will be, because this can fix your relationship. This can mend your relationship, but this can also raise your own vibration and heal you from the inside out. This is a big thing, women. Let's take care of it right now. So, why women are too tired to have sex? I say the first thing that you gotta look at, this is the first thing, and it's one of the biggest things, it's caffeine. So look, I know, I get it. You gotta have your coffee. That's what you think. You gotta have your coffee. You think you gotta have your coffee, but you don't need it. What you need to do is actually put that coffee down. Because what caffeine does, let's get into some science, okay? What caffeine does, energy drinks especially, those with excessive caffeine, so coffee, those shots that y'all take with excessive caffeine, they can cause stress to the adrenal glands and they can lead to higher cortisol levels. That's what's secreted by the adrenals in stressful situations. You need to understand this, okay? There's oxytocin, all right? There's dopamine, there's growth hormone. Whenever you're happy, there's oxytocin. What is oxytocin? It's a natural hormone that manages the key aspects of female and male reproductive systems, including labor and delivery and lactation, as well as aspects of human behavior. Your hypothalamus makes oxytocin, but your posterior pituitary gland stores it and it releases it into your bloodstream, your pituitary gland up here. So understand that that's one of them that comes from your brain. Dopamine, a chemical messenger between neurons, released when your brain is expecting a reward. So dopamine is the reward factor, okay? When you come to associate a certain level or activity with pleasure, mere anticipation may be enough to raise dopamine levels. Let me say that again. When you come to associate a certain activity with pleasure, this is the key aspect, because most women associate sex with a chore or with pain, not pleasure. So, no dopamine. That means you have no reward for doing it. And then lastly, let's talk about HGH, human growth hormone. So this is also released by your pituitary gland that releases and acts on many parts of your body to promote growth in children and also yourself as you become an adult. It just promotes growth. It's great for your immune system. IgA, immunoglobulin A, these things are good for you to be healthy, okay? But most women, because they are in stress, fight or flight, because of caffeine, once you drink it, you're being put into fight or flight. Once you drink it, literally, as soon as you take in the caffeine, what happens is you have parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous systems. This is part of your autonomic nervous system, ANS. This is the system that happens behind the scenes, the one that takes care of your digestion and your heartbeat and your breathing. You don't know that behind the scenes, when you take in these chemical structures, all of a sudden you're tearing yourself up from the inside out. And you don't even know why. I'm telling you why. Literally, the ingredients in these things cause you harm. So Start to look at it first based off of your caffeine intake. If you guys are taking in so much caffeine, especially for breakfast in the morning, Chinese body clock says this: from 11 p.m. to 1 a.m., your gallbladder is the organ that's in function. From 1 a.m. to 3 a.m., your liver is the organ that's in function, starting the process of detoxification overnight. From 3 a.m. to 5 a.m., it's going to be your lungs, starting the process of ridding yourself of mucus and other things inside of your lungs. And then from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m., that's your large intestine. When you get up in the morning, release your bowels, get rid of the waste. And then from 7 to 9, it's going to be your stomach. You need to understand that this is a cleansing mechanism. And you start putting in additional chemicals inside of your body, you're going to have a problem. All fast food, especially in this country, the United States, is laced with MSG of some kind, some sort of monosodium glutamate that's keeping you going back to it like an addiction. It's like having a drug sandwich. So you're literally eating a hamburger that's essentially a drug. It's got pharmaceuticals inside of that hamburger or those French fries, and it's keeping you going back, and it's damaging your insides. It's killing the insides. So your gut is imbalanced. So your hormones secreted from your gut is also imbalanced. Therefore, you don't have any energy. All started from this process of you taking in too much caffeine. You shouldn't have any caffeine. You don't need it. But they told you that you needed to be able to function, so you gotta have your caffeine in order to function. Stop telling yourself stuff like that. That's just stupidity. Literally, you're siphoning yourself off. You're becoming a slave to something that's like inside of a jug or inside of a Starbucks coffee shop. You don't know what you don't go back up in there and see what water they're putting in there or see what mixture they're putting in there. You ain't responsible for that. You just getting up like a zombie, going up in there saying, I need my coffee, and if I don't have my coffee, I can't make it through the day. You probably can't make it through the day. You probably can. But you're making it through the day at about 40% maximum level. So you're functioning at low power mode solely because you're trying to take in some fake artificial energy that's not gonna work out. So you're supposed to create your own energy. Your own energy is supposed to be created, and let me talk about what most women that I'm seeing are not doing. They're not exercising. They're not exercising. Exercise. You need to exercise. You know why? Because exercise creates your energy for you. That's what it does. The mitochondria is essentially the function of the cell that creates and stores the ATP for you to use the energy inside the cell function. You need to be able to create this process. And this process is stored mainly in the heart because the heart has the highest concentration of mitochondria inside your body, inside the heart. So what does that mean? That means I need to get myself moving. I should probably start running. I should probably start lifting. I should probably start training myself. Or maybe a combination of both, which is probably the best cocktail that I prescribe. You need to do both. Don't just run, don't just lift. You gotta do both. Train yourself, because that moves the lymph. The lymph is the waste products that you're producing. And you're not doing it artificially based on caffeine. Caffeine is what happens when people are too lazy to sit there and surrender themselves to get moving. You've got to get yourself moving, ladies. Because listen, don't get mad if somebody don't want you. Don't get mad if your energy field is so small and so shallow. You see all these content creators, you see all of these, and I'm not gonna say content creators because some of them are just women taking pictures for no reason. Like it's not really, it's not anything of substance. You're just showing off nothing. It doesn't do anything. But you know what? There's always a market for somebody and they wanna see it. So that's essentially what that means. But you're wasting your time. Focus on becoming the best version of yourself with a smile on your face. So fit, so happy, so healthy, so free. You see? Ditch the caffeine. Go towards the exercise. The same thing that the caffeine is supposed to give you, exercise gives you. Follow a simple plan. Simple plan. Okay, here. I'll give you some plan for your body. Squats, that's The best exercise you can do is a squat, deadlift, and sled pushing, calf raising, and maybe some tibialis circles. That means you basically are lifting your feet backwards. So like this. Calf raise is gonna be like this. Tib circles is gonna be like this, where you're taking your foot like this. Just round it up. Use it. You have to lift backwards. Walk backwards. That's a good thing. But start the process off just doing simple things like calisthenics. But you have got to treat your body. If you don't move your body, in such a way that's gonna give you something, some substance, some energy, you're never gonna create it. And that's the first reason why you're too tired to have sex. You're not doing anything for your self-care. And because of this, you're suffering every single day because you're taking this damn caffeine inside of a jar or a glass or a shot of this, thinking that that's gonna be of substance to treat you, but it's not. So substitute caffeine out, exercise in. 5 days a week, 6 days a week if you want to. Go hiking, go walk your dog if you got a dog. Stop sitting there on the couch, all right? Number 2, lack of sleep. This one, because I see these night owl women. And this is also going to be an effect of too much caffeine. An effect of too much caffeine is you can't turn your brain off. You can't turn your mind down. You can't go from beta to alpha to theta to delta. You can't do it because you're wired the entire time. And you did that. You caused that. It takes about a good 12 hours or so for caffeine to get through your system. Y'all drinking it out throughout the entire day. Going to the gym, taking protein shakes for caffeine, supplements for caffeine, amino acid this and all this, trying to substitute one thing at a time plus caffeine. Now it makes no sense. Ditch it, get rid of it. You need to go to sleep. This is the ideal hour where you should stop yourself from eating. It's about 7 p.m. 7 p.m. From about noon to 7 p.m., consume whatever you want. Whatever you want. But then from 7 to 9, this is the organ on the Chinese body clock that's called the peristalsis. That this is what's supposed to be the wrap around your heart. You're supposed to be in a state of unwinding yourself. All right, so you should be journaling. You should be meditating. You should be having sex with your partner or, just having sex, enjoying yourself. But you aren't doing it. From 7 to 9, the majority of women are still wired. And you still got your face inside your phone or in a TV screen. Look, it's not gonna do anything for you. It's not. You're ignoring what you need to do for your inner world because you're focused solely on the outer world. Focus on the inner world. You won't focus so much on the outer world. And that's also where a lack of sleep comes in. Because you go to sleep, you're communing with yourself. You should go get an MP3 player. Go get an MP3 player. Hell, you use your iPhone. Write down 300 affirmations. And you need to be the one that says them. Write them down in positive present tense. Positive present tense means I have, I earn, I feel, I am. That's positive present tense. You're speaking to yourself to reprogram yourself. Speak to yourself, okay? It's for yourself, it's from yourself to yourself. You're changing it. And before you go to bed, start playing it. Go grab some headphones. Preferably, you don't want to use too much Bluetooth. I have it in right now, but you don't want to use it for too long. But if you can get some wire headphones attached to your iPhone, do that. If all you got is Bluetooth, do that. But just use it to where you're programming yourself. You're reprogramming yourself because you need to hear yourself tell yourself some great things about you. Because many women have some really negative thoughts. And you're lacking sleep because of you have not gone in to commune with yourself, from yourself to yourself, and tell yourself what needs to be done, where you desire to go, wishes and desires. And also make sure that you're speaking sex as you're associating it with pleasure. So, number 3, societal pressures. Yeah, I get it. I understand what's on the billboards. I understand what they talk about and they say models look like this. This is what beauty is in this day and age. I get it. I understand. I understand. What I'm saying is it doesn't matter. So what? Get rid of all the notion that you need to be reactionary to everything that comes out, to every new trending thing, every new trending dance, every new trending shirt, every new trending pair of pants, or new pair, or new skirt, or it's just not. It's just gonna be a fad. It's gonna come in. It's gonna go right back out. What doesn't go out is authenticity. Is you being unique. Is you being yourself. That never goes out of style. That's always in style. Authenticity is always in style. It's always in style. So why would you believe it for nothing? So societal pressure should not matter to you because you're supposed to be impressing yourself, the God within. There's nothing outside that you need to be impressive to. What's that gonna do for you? You're gonna be a slave to everything on the billboard, everything on the TV screen, everything on an ad stream. You're gonna be a slave to it because you can't even sit there to say, I can sit with myself and say, I love myself. You have too much conditions, too many conditions that were set based upon society. So you see everybody who's got these bad ways of being. They've been trying to answer to society this entire time. And what's it gonna do? It's gonna drive you into a ditch. It's gonna drive you into a ditch. It's gonna take you all the way down. If you don't figure out how to love yourself, for yourself, from yourself to yourself, have the amount of self-love and self-care that makes you impenetrable, that makes you invincible to everything on the outside. If you don't ever do that, you're never gonna be happy. You're always gonna find some reason, something to do something else or impress somebody else, or you're not realizing that your subconscious programs came from your parents. They came from your siblings, people who raised you from 0 to 7 years of age. They came from then. You're not going towards what you desire. You're not going towards what your conscious mind says. Your conscious mind is 4% of your entire day. Subconscious mind, 95% of your entire day. So you have 1,440 minutes inside of an entire day. 5% of that is driven by your conscious mind. How many minutes is that? That is 68 minutes. No, excuse me, 72 minutes. 72 minutes. And 95% is your subconscious mind, which is 1,368 minutes. Goodness. That's crazy. And you think that you're gonna go towards what you really want and desire. Sex with your partner, sex with your spouse, feeling something that's pleasurable. No. You associated sex with pain for so long, it now became a program. And now because of society, you're out here doing what? You distracted. So now you're looking for an outlet. You got one right at home. You got one right at home. These women who have kids, these women who have relationships with their partners, married for this much amount of years, this much amount of time. What's going on? Why are you trying to find something out? You're trying to find a way out. You're trying to find a way out from yourself. A lack of self-love for yourself. The reason why you're out here trying to find something, you out here on these apps, on the little Tinders and all the little matchmakers, you swiping, you trying to go find something else, because you ain't actually found yourself. You don't know who you are on the inside. You got to stop what you're doing and figure out whom you really are. Who are you really? And ask yourself, who am I? Am I this? Am I that? Because if you don't understand, this is all based on chemical. It's all based on the chemical structure. You change your chemical composition every single time you change yourself. So your chemicals inside of you, the minerals, the nutrients, it all changes. Your cravings, it all changes as you change yourself, as you become more enlightened, more knowledgeable, right? More consciously aware of yourself. It changes. So also your cravings in terms of what's attractive to you is also going to change. You cannot let societal pressure dictate where your attention is going, because your energy goes where your attention flows. I'm just telling you. Energy goes where your attention flows. And you can say energy flow where your attention goes. Either one, same thing. You need to focus on where you're going. You need to focus on the actual outlook. What is your destiny? You're the one that creates your destiny. That's the actual adventure. Destiny is the actual adventure that you're going to be on. So this is why you're complaining, okay? First of all, you're seeking energy on the outside. Caffeine, I gotta go take a cut from the outside to get myself some energy. A lack of sleep, I'm out. I'm at the club, I'm late night, I'm going out, I'm just wired. I'm watching this show, I'm talking to this person, I'm complaining about this thing. I'm trying to find an answer on the outside. That's why you ain't sleeping. If you was content and you was harmonious, you'd be just fine going to bed at 9 o'clock. Silent pressures. You see all the billboards, you walk around Sunset Boulevard, you downtown LA, you was like, oh my gosh, this lady had on this dress that looked like this. I saw on TikTok they had this new trending thing that came out. I gotta get 5 of those in every different color. For what? Make your own. Cut some strings up and make your own and sell that. Watch, you're gonna have $1 million brand outfit. It just set yourself up. That's what everybody else is thinking. Outside, reactionary, societal pressures. Society says you can't talk about sex. Why not? How'd you get here? How'd you get here? Did somebody have to have sex? 2 people came together to have sex? And then you came out? Oh, why you can't talk about it? That's one of the most powerful forms of creation, sexual energy. The most powerful form of creation, sexual energy. Talk about the plasma universe. The plasma universe, 99.999% of this entire universe. All these little specks that's flying around in here is plasma. You learned in grade school about solids, liquids, gases. They didn't tell you that when you add some heat, all of a sudden it separates, starts acting funny, positives and negatives, going all the way around. That's plasma. You know what else is plasma? Your blood. How much of your blood? 50%. How much of your blood is actually water? 92%. What's plasma supposed to do? Carry nutrients, minerals, vitamins, all the way throughout your entire body, to every organ inside your entire body. So already you jacked it up with caffeine. So your lack of awareness, because you don't want to study, you don't want to understand that you are the nature's Head Start program. It's you. When you have a little one, a child, they download your actual program. They download your awareness of the actual world. It's you. You're the first kindergarten teacher. You're the first preschool teacher. They already got the entire program from you energetically before they even came here. They got all the fear, all the stress, everything that you've projected from yourself every single day. They got that whole entire program and you just transferred it like a USB cord called the umbilical cord. You just attached yourself and uploaded every single image and every single feeling all the way to those children that came out. It's on you. Your nature's Head Start program, it's you. So if you want to pass down something of positivity, something of actual harmony, something of actual feedback in terms of you get to see your parents interact in a harmonious way, right? You get to see people showing affection and intimacy. It doesn't have to just be sexual intercourse. But this is where sexual potency, which is the ability to have sexual intercourse, and orgasmic potency, the ability to surrender to the excitation of the climax, meaning ejaculation or orgasm of the actual sexual act. If you can't focus on either one of these, if you can't have these and express these within yourself freely, just without any judgment, people have so much judgment around sex. You're gonna pass it down to those children. They're gonna wake up and be stiff as hell. That's what happens. Like if y'all remember back in the day, they had this show. It was Family Matters with the Steve Urkel. He was the guy with the little. He had the suspenders and he had the little plaid shirt and the high water pants. I remember this because I was Steve Urkel for Halloween one year. I remember this. But he comes out and I remember he had this machine that he developed called the transformation chamber. And he would go into the chamber and he would like drink this little potion and he would turn into a brand new person. But it wasn't a brand new person, it was just another side of him. It was this cool, smooth side, and he called it Stefan Urkel was his name. But that was just actually Jaleel White, which was the actor who was playing Steve Urkel. It was just him. It was just him. It was this cool, smooth guy just came out. It looked just like him. He had the glasses off. He was just free, right? Most men, and let me get on the men real quick. Most men are like the Steve Urkels. They're so restrained sexually and repressed that they don't have that other side to them. So most women are looking at them like, well, I don't want that, right? But ultimately, the season's ending where both of these gentlemen, it was Steve, then he creates the Stefan. So he would be able to switch between this one and this one. And ultimately, the love of his life, which was the Laura Winslow, he's for years been trying to get her, as the nerdy guy, trying to, get her to date him, all this stuff. And she was like, nah, I'm good. But ultimately, she picks the nerdy guy. She says, I don't want the cool guy because it's not actually all you. The cool guy is inside of you. It's inside of you. But I want the nerdy guy who's been treating me this way and this way and this way and this way and respecting me and all this type of stuff, right? But what I'm telling you is it's both. You have to have both. But women, you gotta have the same thing. Y'all are so sexually repressed that you're gonna sit there and say, I can't wear this. I can't go out like this because I have to respect my man. I don't give a fuck what you're talking about. I don't care about that. I want free. So if that's what you need to be free, then wear that. If you need to be revealing, good for you. Go get some sun. Go get some sun in your arms and your legs. Go get some actual energy to come into you. I'm fine with that. There's too many insecure men and women, both of which, insecure men and women. And it's like, listen, you don't own nobody. If you're married, you're not in prison. That's not your property. A person's not your property. You don't own them. Okay? If you go into a married situation or a girlfriend-boyfriend situation, realizing that they can leave you at any time. They can go and leave you at any time. Why would I sit there in a marriage where I'm a man, and I'm not having sex with my partner, and my partner doesn't want to have sex with me, or tell me why she doesn't want to have sex with me, and she hasn't told me why, and then I'm just gonna sit here and be like, okay, well, I'm just not gonna do it because I that's just what I don't deserve it. You crazy? I'm gonna go find somebody to do it for me. It ain't gotta be you. I'm gonna tell you first. So where you think cheating comes from? Ain't nobody cheating on you. Did you do it? Were you doing it? If you weren't doing it, that's on you. What was you being petty? What were you angry? Get over it. I'm just telling you that's the whole thing comes down to either you're gonna do it or not. That's what it comes down to. And it just says, listen, you can't be a person that says, I need these conditions in order to be able to serve. That's what happens. People are associating, again, too much pain with a pleasurable experience, and women are using it. It's almost like they're using it like an attack, like a lack thereof. Well, I'm mad at you, so you can't have any. What? It doesn't make any sense. You don't want a harmonious relationship? Well, first off, it's because you don't have one with yourself. And that's what I'm talking about in terms of a lack of awareness. You're not aware that this is causing a disruption. You're rupturing. You're doing it on purpose. So a sense of entitlement. You're acting like some queen that needs to be served. And yes, you are a queen that needs to be served. But you know what? I'm a king that needs to be served too. So you can't sit here and get mad at a gentleman, at a man for saying, I'm a king. You treat me like a peasant. You want to be treated like a queen. It doesn't make sense. You have to put the fuel in first. So you can't be entitled and you're one step above me. No, I need you and you need me. That's what that means. And that means if everyone would just stop and say, I'm great at this. This is my category and my role in my masculinity. This is your category and your role in your femininity. Stop raising your voice at me. Stop yelling at me. Stop talking to me crazy. What you gonna do? You want to box? You want to fight? You ain't no man. So why you doing all that? It has to make sense to you that soft, that nurturing is an actual power that comes from your end. If you're overwhelmed, it's your fault. Deal with it. If you're overwhelmed, stop yourself. Sit still for a moment. Find some self-care. Go to meditate. But don't deny me of what I signed up for. Don't deny me. Don't deny the man for what he signed up for. Because you think that you can use it as some tool to redirect them, to control them. Don't do that. Because if he's a real man, he'll get up, he'll say, honey, because you're not doing this for me, I'm going to go over here. And he's going to tell you, I'm out. And when he does that, stop crying. Don't start getting sad. Oh, you're so awful. You're so horrible. No, he's fine. You are. And actually own up to it. You see, I see women, and they can get angry, they can get mad. They can say, well, he's not giving me what I want. He's not treating me what I want. Let me see. Have you looked in the mirror lately and seen yourself? Would you want to actually have sex with yourself? If you would not want to have sex with yourself, why are you going to sit there and get mad at me like I'm supposed to accept that? I'm not going to accept that. I'm not doing that. If I'm showing up as 100% of myself, if I'm showing up in the best way I possibly can, my diet's good, my mind is good, my money's good, my business is good, I'm purposeful, I'm intentional, I got a schedule every day, I'm always doing something. I'm showing up every single day for myself, for my family. Where you at? You can't get mad at me. And don't sit there and say that this person is supposed to be doing what you want them to do that makes them feel like they qualify for your love. Don't do that. Don't ever qualify somebody for your affection. That's where you're going to create a problem. So sense of entitlement means you have to qualify for me to love you. You have to qualify for me to suck your dick tonight. You have to qualify for me to let you have sex with me tonight. You know, go out and take my panties off. Or no, that's not it. It's too much. Maybe it's some music. Maybe it's some songs. Somebody's directing your mind. It's no. Stop telling the man he has to pay for it. That's stupid too. You ain't no prostitute. I'm not paying for that. Like, stop saying stuff like that. Listen to what you're actually saying. I don't know if you actually listen to the music that stuff comes out. Do not ever tell a man he has to pay for him to, don't ever say you need to pay. You need to pay for me to have sex with you. Don't degrade yourself like that. Don't. Because a real man is going to fill up your cup with knowledge and free you and attach you to you. That's what a real man is going to do. He's going to direct you to that end. It doesn't take a check. It doesn't take a bag or a pair of shoes or a car or a house. It doesn't take that. It doesn't take that. It takes actual knowledge, divine knowledge, and guiding you towards your own divine knowledge so that you can release the person that you're supposed to be for this whole thing, all of us, everyone, to be able to accept and receive your gifts. It ain't just you sitting there taking selfies on the beach because you got a sugar daddy. That's not it. So all you sugar daddies, I just did a video talking about why rich men get cheated on. That's your ass. That's why y'all getting cheated on. Because you're some simp. Walking up in there saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to spend this, I'm going to buy this. But why though? For what? It ain't worth nothing. She ain't attracted to your mind. She ain't attracted to your mind. She don't want your ass. It doesn't make sense. So then you can see the guys also who have aesthetics too. They have all the muscle, the nice body. They're perfectly fit. They still not getting what they need. They still not getting what they want sexually. That's because y'all walking around and y'all are too much. Y'all are on this side. Y'all are too much into it. So y'all are too much on the cool, on the smooth side. You need to kind of pull yourself back just a little bit. Get back into harmony. This is where it causes a problem. I'm telling y'all. So if you don't look at it from this perspective, sense of entitlement stops women from having sex with their partner. It's draining your energy. I'm telling you, it's draining your energy. But The number one reason is acidic food diet. Ladies, eat like shit. I'm just keeping it 100. Eat like shit. And because you're eating shit. And you're wondering why your energy is so drained every single day. Look, I'm seeing too many angry women that don't understand that what they put inside their bodies chemically is causing a disruption inside of their body. It's causing hormonal changes and imbalances. It's causing them to have too much cortisol, too much stress hormones being produced out their body, too much inflammation. It's causing you to not feel good on the inside. You don't feel good on the inside, why would you want to be in a sexual way in the first place? It's all because of how you're dealing with your stress. You're not. That's the point. You're not. If you can start the process of going in and keeping a simple food journal, and do this. Write down when you feel a certain type of way, what do you eat? You have a sad meal, you have a happy meal, you have a busy meal, you have a tired meal. You have all of that. It's all based on emotional places. And the main thing that I see, women are dehydrated. Mainly. From about, and there's this book that I've gone through levels of this too. So check out my video on stress. Stress is actually dehydration. And in it, I talk about how there's like a line, like a map. So like say this is 20 years old, 40 years old, 60 years old. And you start off like this, like your hydration level. So like you're adequately, I'll put AH, adequately hydrated. Okay, so you're starting off here in 20. Okay, so you're up here. As you start to get older, you begin to start to go down. And now that body of yours that was about 80 to 90% where when you first came out as a child is now diminished to about almost under 70, close to 60%. You're literally like hallucinating now. You're dehydrated because you've been diluting yourself the entire time. It's your food diet, your acidic food diet. So when you get sad, when you get into this breakup, you go get buckets of ice cream, you go take nothing but dairy products. Breast cancer, essentially, is too much dairy. That's essentially, and just check these research studies. Check them. People have been helping people for years solve these issues. Diabetics, high A1C levels and things, insulin resistance, all types of things that can be easily solved by changing your mind. But you're not changing your mind, so you're not changing your diet. So all of a sudden, these things here in the solar plexus that's stored inside of here, your womb is messed up. Literally, have a block of sexual energy from the root, which would be here at the bottom, genitals, sacral, then you have your gut. And that energy can't even get past here because of things that have happened to you. But they happened to you because you caused them. You were the cause. See, people don't want to look. There was a study that came out in 2012 talking about energy drinks. It's talking about how energy drinks consumption, and this was 12 years ago. They're talking about how when you go out to the bar, you take an energy drink, like a shot, like the Jaeger bomb or something like that, or you take the Red Bull and the vodka. It literally causes you to drink more, to become more intoxicated, because somehow your body is not able to connect itself because of alcohol. So all of a sudden, because you're ruining this connection, all right, neural connection, these pathways are starting to dissolve, like right before your eyes. So all of a sudden, you just start to consume, overconsume. Here it goes right back to that level of caffeine. Caffeine and alcohol, like a atomic bomb for your body. Don't do it. You don't believe me? Look it up. Type in caffeine and alcohol. Caffeine and alcohol. Energy drinks and alcohol. It'll tell you. I gotta say anything. Most women go out and they have these ridiculous relationships because they don't understand that what they're putting inside their body is causing them to change their psychological preference in life. You don't even know what you want anymore. You've messed yourself up so much that you've been speed racing. Your heart's beating this fast. You can't even calm yourself down enough. And it doesn't make any sense. It tells you that what's going on? Pizza, all right? Hamburgers, French fries, fast food, processed food, chips, cookies, processed sugar. What else? I keep on going. Let's see. Donuts, bagels, breads right now are just awful, especially in this country. They're just awful because they're just not made with high quality ingredients. It's awful. You're not in Italy. Okay, you're not eating noodles that were like handmade. This is not Italian. They just put it on the box that was Italian. It's not real. You gotta start to look at the labels and actually understand what you're consuming because it's causing you to kill you in your relationship. That's why you're drained. I go to Trader Joe's at 6 p.m. Nothing but women in there. Maybe about 2 or 3 partners that are accompanying their partners. And they're just picking up a bunch of processed shit. Crap. Grabbing bags of chips with seed oil all inside of them. Their stomachs are gonna be just giving them all kind of problems. And one more thing that you need to know is that many women are just embarrassed. They're just embarrassed because their gut hurts. Their stomach hurts. You're passing gas all the time. You know, your belly hurts. You can't even go out and feel good. It's not cool. So you gotta solve this problem. You shouldn't have constipation. Constipation is also an autoimmune disease. They didn't tell you that? No, they probably didn't tell you that. See what I'm saying? Irritable bowel syndrome? Those are autoimmune diseases. It's caused by stress. It's caused by stress. That's what's causing that. So it's not just you saying I have constipation or my belly hurts. It's you saying I don't know how to deal with my stress and I'm causing myself to not be able to digest my own food. So the acidic diet that's draining you, it's also dehydrating you. This is literally causing you to not have any energy stores for you to be able to have a connection, a harmonious sexual connection with your partner. Yeah, your stomach hurts. Then also on top of that, because of those hormones that are misfiring, it's just like your brain doesn't actually know what's going on no more, because you've been putting in the wrong perceptions inside of it. The leptin tells you that you're full. The ghrelin that tells you that you're hungry. This stuff also becomes an imbalance. This stuff is also misfiring. So now you don't understand hunger and fullness. So you just keep on eating. It can be after hours, 9, 10, 11, 12. You're supposed to be sleeping in bed, but your ass is still eating. Snacking, talking about, I'm just getting a snack. No, you're fat. That's what happens. That's how you become fat. So if you don't want to actually be accountable for what you're putting inside your body, and also how you look aesthetically, now you've been associating pain with exercise and pleasure with food. Oh, because nobody cares about me, and nobody loves me, and all this stuff. You start crying. No, fuck all that. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. I've had that. I've had to deal with all of it. I've dealt with it. From my own partnerships, from my own relationships. I've dealt with it. And my partner don't want me to sit there and be enabling, oh, it's going to be okay. No, honey, it's not going to be okay. Get your ass up and let's go. You got to go put some work in. Here's a workout plan for you, Monday to Friday. Let's see if you can get your body back in this much amount of time. You're not doing enough. You don't look good. You need to have somebody tell you the truth. So, sense of entitlement, squash it. Let someone be able to tell you the truth. You want to be petty, you want to get mad, get mad. It doesn't matter. I'm just telling you that it's all based upon you. and how you're perceiving the world. It's not supposed to give you anything. It doesn't owe you anything. You see what I'm saying? So you want to keep a man, there's things for you to do in order to keep your man happy. That's a part of it. Having sex, women, is a part of it. So if you can't love to do it, then maybe you should probably find a new man, or maybe you should probably, I don't know, just find a new role on this planet. Because I'm not actually sure what you think your role is supposed to be. What I'm expressing to you is that there's a reason why you're too tired to have sex. And it's because you're using it as an excuse to run from accountability. You're not too tired to have sex. No, it ain't that. It's not that at all. Your lack of accountability is causing you to drain your own energy, and you blaming everybody under the sun as to why you didn't take care of yourself. It ain't got nothing to do with the man's pockets, nothing to do with the car that you're driving, the house that you live in, nothing to do with any of that shit. It doesn't matter. You can get your own. You know that, right? You can get your own. But it's always more fun to share an adventure and experience with somebody else. It is. 100% it is. The start of the process, I believe, that's going to heal the world is cleansing. It's cleansing, detoxifying a person's gut, especially the women, because they need it. They've been carrying for generations and generations bad diets, bad food, bad perceptions, bad ways of thinking, bad thought. They've been carrying misinformation about how this thing is supposed to be. So what you have not done was put the fuel in first. You've been sitting there saying, I want love, and I want somebody to be affectionate, and I want somebody to compliment me, and I want somebody to celebrate me, and you don't even do it for the person that you got sitting at home waiting for you every single day. Do you celebrate your partner? Are you intimate with your partner? Are you affectionate with your partner? Do you compliment your partner? Think about that. If you want to exercise, wouldn't it be more fun to exercise with your partner, romantic partner? Both of y'all can go running and jogging. It'd be perfect. Both of y'all can go, have some rules set, some boundaries set. Sleep at 9 o'clock, right? Turn off the TV. Okay, let's go towards growth. Just start to look at it from that perspective. This person is supposed to be in alignment with you. So they want to do that. They want to celebrate you. But they also need you to sexually be able to be there for them. So it's not about, I have an excuse. It's about these things that you've been doing, Starbucks every day, no more coffee shop. Erase the damn coffee shop. Let's go from coffee shop to exercising. Lack of sleep to set a bedtime. Lack of sleep goes from midnight, I'm at the club, I'm going out to dinner. Let's go out to dinner at 10 o'clock at night or 9 o'clock at night. And let's go have some wine or a glass of dinner. Hell no. No, you're supposed to be in bed. Go walk around the ocean or something at nighttime. Take a glass of water with you. If you want to eat a snack, have some fruit. Yeah. Societal pressures. Why don't we just ignore the societal pressures? And why don't we start to meditate? Yeah, meditate. Try that with your partner. Me and my lady meditate every morning, and we meditate together. She's on the side, I'm right here. And we just creating something brand new. We're creating something brand new. You gotta have a positive and negative. Wherever she's at, I'm meditating. So wherever she's at, she's meditating. We're creating because we're affirming who we are from the inside. We don't have to confirm it from the outside. My relationship does not matter to anybody except for myself. It can be public, it can be private. It doesn't matter, I don't care. It's one only I don't care about any of that. People are gonna say what they wanna say. All right, so realize that. Not everybody's gonna like you. That's stupid. If everybody likes you, then you got a problem. You really got a problem. You a sheep to the T. No, not everybody should like you, period. As long as you like you, you're good. Distraction should go towards focus. So distraction should go towards focus on purpose. And you know what? Women, if you have a purpose, usually don't sit there and say, I'm here for my kids. It's all about the kids. My kids are my world. Well, you ain't got a world then, because they got their own. You're not their world. I'm just being real with you. So that's a stupid thing for you to say too. Well, my kids in my world. Ooh, like you get like a trophy for that? Your kids do not care about you that much. No. When they are flying to free themselves from you, they will do it. So chill out. Focus on some purpose. Set an actual purpose and a value system for yourself. Lack of awareness. Again, here comes the meditation. But lack of awareness comes to be curious. Be curious. You got to be curious. You also have to be persistent. So you have to be curious, but you have to be persistent. Keep seeking more knowledge. That's why you have any awareness. You ain't looking for nothing. You're too busy taking a damn selfie. Okay, I ain't saying you go look good, but don't spend all your time doing that. This can take some seconds. Boom, okay. In the mirror, boom, okay. Now go read something. You know what I'm saying? Go study something. Go to a museum. Go fill your mind up with knowledge. Your mind is vast. It needs you to process some things, not just take a damn selfie. That ain't it. Sense of entitlement. That's separation at its finest. There's no entitlement. You're not better than nobody. You aren't better than anybody else up in here. That's not how it works. Everybody has a role to play in this whole entire universe that we are in. You're part of it too. So you're gonna say sense of harmony. Sense of harmony. Not a sense of entitlement. Sense of harmony. Harmony gives you what entitlement does not. Harmony gives you what entitlement does not. Okay, so when you have harmony, you decide to harmonize yourself with somebody else, you now have a team. You now have more people who will come. That's leadership. Entitlement is not leadership. Okay, and so now if you sit there and say, I have the power, okay, I have the power, it's my vagina, that's the power. That's not how you're supposed to walk. That's not how you're supposed to walk into the household like that. That's not it. That's a portal. You have your mouth, you have your third eye, and then you have the vagina. Women have 3 portals that can connect themselves to this entire space. They can connect you to the entire space. So all of a sudden, if you're thinking to yourself and you're like, oh, if I harmonize myself with my partner, we can create something. It's just how you're associating. You're associating these things. Sense of harmony is where you want to go. An acidic food diet. Come on now. Get rid of this. Alkalizing whole food diet. An alkalizing whole food diet. Don't believe in all that protein myth. All protein comes from plants. Don't believe in you have to eat meat in order to get branched chain amino acids, which basically is protein. That's not true. Okay, don't believe it that you have to eat meat in order to get vitamin B12. Don't believe any of that, because plants give you all of it. Plants give you everything. Seeds, nuts, they give you everything, and it's clean and it's pure. You won't take in somebody else's blood. Literally, you have to basically purify your own blood. And when you do purify your own blood, you realize that when you're purified, all of a sudden you have this new feeling, this newfound feeling, and it's a great feeling because now you actually feel strong because you're pure. That's why. You're purified. You're alkalized. Now you have a battery, an energy. You're not walking around in low power mode. You see all these podcasts where these women talk about, I have Hashimoto's disease, I have Crohn's disease, I have, gosh, what? It's all autoimmune. It's based on what you're putting in. So Listen, influencers. I'm gonna give you guys like some real game. First of all, check the label. Check the label. Before you agree to that shit, check the label. Before you agree to sponsor this and attach your name to it, check the label. Check the label and see what it actually does to people. People are trying to separate these things individually, trying to separate your body into different compartments. It has to work as a whole. So if you don't have mass communication between every part of your body at every moment in time, point in space, your body's going to be messed up. So women, you can start this process literally by changing your diet to an alkalizing whole food diet. Get rid of the fast food, the processed sugar, the meat and the dairy. Just get rid of it. Just get rid of it. Just get rid of it for a little while and see how you feel. Go towards things that are actually full. Eat from the hours of noon to 7 p.m. You want a snack after hours? Eat some fruit. Make your own food. You don't have to go out to eat all the time. Make your own food. Stop buying packaged meals. Again, make your own food. Take yourself to sleep by 9 o'clock. 7 to 9 p.m., focus on self-care. Meditation prior to going to sleep. Record your affirmations playing overnight. Play them overnight at your headphones while you sleep. Use a sleep mask. Blackout curtains. Keep yourself in like a little incubator kind of like setup, where you just keep a environment where you're just getting yourself recharged and replenished. It's gonna get your energy back, and that's what you need to get your energy back, because you're making the excuse that you're too tired because you're going against the circadian rhythm, and all of a sudden you have been out of alignment with how nature's telling you to be. That's why you're too acidic. You get back to alkaline, you work. If you're a woman that's looking to improve not only her sexual health, but her cognitive health and function, I offer 2 herbal cleanses, cellular cleanses: Awaken Daytime Formula, Replenish a Nighttime Formula. This includes valerian root inside of it, along with 17 alkalizing herbs on both of them. And Replenish has 6 metals in it, which is gold, silver, platinum, palladium, copper, and iron, to also help your brain become a crazy, powerful radio transmitter. My Become Alkalign Challenge that I offer at the end of the month, every month. If you want to learn how to create generational health for yourself and your family, and if you're a high performance man or woman, and you're looking to create harmony from within yourself, align your chakras, do it for yourself and your family, and you want a hands-on approach, a more VIP approach, I offer a generational health program where myself and my partner will come to you to train you, to teach you, and to guide you for 3 months out of the year to help you become and perform your best. So stop ignoring your husbands and your partners. Start looking at your associations. What are you associating sex with? Pain or pleasure? It's pleasurable if you want it to be. It's painful because you made it that way. I would suggest you guys change it. Next time.